I didn't know that. Ooh, beautiful. Yahoo.
She tells us that she's happy that we finally got a fairy and not to keep the Great Deku Tree waiting since he summoned us. I gotta interrupt early here, kids, because being back in Kokiri Forest after all these years filled me with a sense of joy that was amazing to me. The forest, with its joyous atmosphere and whimsical music, brings over a sense of youth and playfulness that's shown by the carefree nature of the Kokiri. When I first played the game all these
Hmm.
years ago, I remember being mesmerized by the amount of freedom the game gave me. Just talking about this area alone, I can't count the time I spent exploring every nook and
Okay,
cranny of
whatever.
this area as a kid. There's these little details that the developers put into areas, such as the tiny drawing of a figure fending off a giant monster or demon. I just love things like this. In any case, Kokiri Forest will serve as our tutorial grounds before we start the first dungeon. We
Settings.
can familiarize ourselves with Z targeting, which will be crucial for handling enemies in combat, as well as Link's basic movements. Link controls pretty much the same as Mario in Super Mario 64, the analog stick making you walk in the direction you press it to. When we want to have the camera behind us immediately, we just press the Z trigger, which will snap it to a view from behind. Besides running, Link controls pretty much automatically. He will climb where he can climb, and when he reaches the edge of a platform, he will automatically jump for a small distance.
Payments.
After
Yeah.
having familiarized ourselves with the controls, it's time for us to head to the Great Deku Tree. However, our path is blocked by Mido, a fellow Kokiri who won't let us pass without us having at least a shield and a sword. Well, looks like we have our second quest, kids. We can find the shield in the shop, but unfortunately we don't have the money to
Um.
buy it outright. We'll have to search through the village, picking up stray rupees from behind buildings and under rocks until we finally have enough to buy the shield. Now, we only have the sword left to go. Near our house, there's a small opening which we can crawl through, which will bring us to a small puzzle. A boulder is constantly rolling through the path, and we have to dodge it until we eventually get to a chest at the end. We open it and find the Kokiri sword inside.
Oh, it's restream
We
the
can use
IO
it for now,
limitation.
but only
I
if we
see.
promise to return it later. Finally, both sword and shield in hand, we return to Mido, who
That
has no other
sucks.
choice but to let us pass. We make our way through the pathway and faced our first enemies, the Deku
I see.
Babas.
That sucks.
These Deku Babas will not pose a threat, but later on they will become more challenging enemies. Finally, we reach the Deku Tree. He tells us that he's been cursed, and he wants us to head inside of him in an effort to break the curse.
Mmm.
After a bit of talk, he opens his mouth and we run inside. This is where we enter our first dungeon. Inside, we're greeted by quite a scene. The Deku Tree is littered with enemies, and there are puzzles to solve before we can progress further. We go into one of the rooms and acquire the Fairy Slingshot, a ranged weapon which will be our main ranged weapon for a big part of the game. Dungeons in
Hmm.
Ocarina of Time mostly follow the same setup among all of them. Every dungeon has a theme such as water, fire, forest, darkness, etc. Inside most
Etc.
of the dungeons, we'll find a map and a compass, which will tell us where to go, along with a main item, which will be integral for proceeding both through this dungeon and later ones in the game. We make our way to the top level of the structure
By the way,
and jump
Monica,
through,
you're a little too bright.
passing through a spider web in the middle of the central room. Luckily for Link's layers,
Appearance.
we land in water, which breaks our fall. Once we get out, we're met with yet another puzzle, where we need to use sticks, which we get from beating Deku Babas, and light them on fire to burn the spider webs around the place. Eventually, we get to the room with a Deku Shrub, a type of enemy which will only come out when we're at a
Oh,
distance.
that wasn't the
They will shoot
transparency I was
nuts
looking
at us,
for.
and by reflecting them with our shield, we can shoot it back at them. Once it's hit, it will run around trying to get away from us. We eventually catch up to it, and it will tell us that there will be
44. We're at
more shrubs
44.
later on. We won't be able to beat them without hitting them in the right order, and it gives us a small mnemonic.
Background
to
image
remember how to
opacity.
2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. Even after all these years, I'll never forget this line for some reason. We head into the next area by hitting the eye above the door with a slingshot. This will bring
Yeah,
us
that
to
feels
the
good.
tutorial puzzle
Alright,
on
we're
the
good.
stone. We get into the water and dive to hit a button on the ground. This will lower the water level so we can jump onto the platform. When we get to the other
Res.
side, the water level will rise again, allowing us to get to the other end of the room and leave. We move through the
LSP.
rest of the dungeon, solving
Restart.
puzzles left and right, using the skills we've learned until we finally get to the room the Deku
Really?
Shrub mentioned.
GD script.
The
Ice
shrubs
code.
open the
Blah,
order
blah, blah.
mentioned, and the last one tells us the secret to beating the boss of the dungeon, Queen Goma. We pass through the door and
Okay.
move further into the room until we finally meet the queen herself, a hulking behemoth who drops from the ceiling, trying to crush the unsuspecting brave youth. Fighting Queen Goma is meant to test the skills that we've had to practice so far in using the fairy slingshot. Goma will hang on the ceiling, and her eye will go from yellow to red. This is the moment we shoot her with a slingshot, making her drop down so we can strike
Where
her
my
first.
autocomplete at? Res.
Eventually, after a few times of doing this, we beat the evil creature and break the curse on the Deku Tree. Goma disintegrates in front of us, and we are rewarded for our efforts with a heart container, which increases our total life points from 3 to 4 hearts. Near the heart container is a glowing portal. We'll step inside it, and it transports us back to the Deku Tree.
Yeah, we could do.
The Deku Tree thanks us for our efforts and tells us about the evil about to fall upon Hyrule, along with the backstory of how the world came to be. In the beginning, 3 goddesses, Din,
Oh, wait.
Uru, and Furore, came down from the heavens and created the world as we see it right now.
Can I just add
Having
child?
completed their
Stairs.
tasks, they looked upon the lands and decided
Base
to
level.
so the
Preload.
inhabitants
Stairs.
of the world could live their lives freely. Once the goddesses returned to the heavens, the place they left was marked by the Triforce. The Triforce is a sacred object, said to give the holder any wish that they desire,
Goes.
and this object has been a staple of the Zelda franchise, both when it appears or when it's
Godot.
moved,
New class.
such as now. The Deku Tree tells us that the evil entity that is covering the land in darkness is looking for the Triforce, and it is up to us to travel to Hyrule Castle and meet the Princess of
Reload the script. Also, increase it. You don't need to extend a node. You can extend anything that I heard
did
object.
the curse on the Deku Tree, it was
Oh,
meant to
never
save
mind.
it from its effects. He gives us the spiritual stone.
Where's stairs at?
first, one of the
Stairs.
gems that we need
GD.
to gain access to
Scenes,
the Triforce,
accessory,
and
stairs.
sends us on our way towards the castle. However, before we can leave, we have to watch as the Deku Tree withers away.
Stairs. Scene.
Vibrant brown tree to a gray lifeless stump.
Instantiate.
The Deku Tree is dead. We take a moment to take one last look at our
Scenes,
fallen
accessory, stairs
caretaker
does not
before we
exist.
finally return to Kokiri Village. The Kokiri can't believe that
Really?
the Deku Tree is gone, and some of them think we are the one to blame.
Scenes. Oh, it's
No
accessory.
place for us here anymore. So all we can do is take the equipment that we've gathered and set out onto the world. We leave Kokiri Village and run over the bridge that connects the
Why does it
forest to
not
the rest of
do
the
it?
world. A familiar voice calls out to us, and it's Saria. She wants to speak to us before we leave. She has the idea that we were always set to
Okay.
leave the forest someday,
Do that.
but wants to give
Get
us
that guy in there.
to do so. She
Shaboom.
gives us the fairy
Shaboom.
ocarina, and there's an awkward silence between the two of us. There's nothing left to say. So
Hmm.
we turn around and we run off to begin our adventure. Here we are, kids. Hyrule Field.
Here we are,
Have to say,
kids.
The first time I laid my eyes on its fields, hills, and streams, I was absolutely amazed by all the things that there were to see. Remember,
Okay.
this was
There's
1998, well before the onset of 3D open world games.
call the node enters the scene tree for the first time.
Ocarina blew me away with the amount of freedom that it offered. And freedom is is exactly what this game tried to convey back in the day. In the sense of us being able to suddenly, we're thrust from the comfy confines of our Kokiri home and let loose upon the world with a quest that
The
might
stairs
just
should
feel a
just
little
spawn where the
heavy for some
last
childhood
enemy
memories.
dies, I
That
think.
is, however, until we meet Kapora Gabora, a talking owl perched above a tree branch. Kapora notes that we're off on a grand adventure and recommends us to head towards Hyrule Castle and meet the princess there. He then flies off, letting us actually explore Hyrule Field. I say explore, kids, but we're still
Maybe.
limited to the places we can go due to our skill set currently.
Nah, I'll just make the
So
stairs drop where
right
they
now,
die.
the best option is to
It's
do
the
as
easiest
Kapora
thing that
says and head towards the castle. I want
it's
to
silly
take
and
a
it
moment
works.
and appreciate Hyrule Field for a bit. You can see that the developers and artists put a lot of time and effort into creating a world here. Hyrule Field isn't just a flat plain that is our hub and guides us from point A to B, it's a living,
Okay.
breathing ecosystem filled with enemies to fight, grass plains interrupted by hilltops, and secrets to discover. We beeline over to the castle, we're unable to leave the gates before nightfall, and the drawbridge, which would normally give us access to the town surrounding the castle, has been pulled up, stopping us from making our way inside. Now, in any other circumstance, it would mean that we'd have to wait outside for sunrise. However, the game keeps us on our toes by making the nighttime in Hyrule Field dangerous in the form of the Stallchild, skeletal enemies that pop out of the ground and attack us. We fight them off, the Stallchild threats growing larger with every single one of them that we beat. The fights seem to last forever, and after fighting for God knows how long, the sun rises and vanquishes the enemies. As soon as the sun is up, the drawbridge to the castle's town entrance is raised, and we can finally make our way towards it.
Dun,
We pass the
dun, dun,
drawbridge, and it's
dun,
open,
dun,
and head
dun,
into
dun.
Castle Town. Immediately at the entrance, we head into a small guardhouse. The place is filled to the brim with pots and inhabited by a single guard who's both tired and bored. Anyways, kids, a Zelda game wouldn't be a Zelda game without a bit of unlawful breaking and entering.
Oh
So
yeah,
we
you
leave
know
pots
it.
in the guardhouse and snatch up as many rupees that we can get from them before we leave the guardhouse with our stacked wallet and move onwards towards Castletown Market Square. The square is bustling with activity, with people crowding the market stalls and shops offering all sorts of goods. Alongside the sides of the market, there's stores that we can head into, like a general goods store, a mass store, and a shooting gallery where we can practice our skills with the slingshot. In the middle of the market is a red-haired girl named Malon. She notes our clothes and deduces that we're a Kokiri from the forest. Her dad is the owner of Lon Lon Village, and apparently went over to the castle to deliver milk and hasn't come back yet.
Jeez, man.
Unfortunately for Malon, we can't help her
Give me a
right
better
now,
nose,
so we'll have to
please.
see if
Thank
there's
you.
anything we can do for her later. We'll make our way through the town, browsing through the shops, and since we have some spare rupees from our less than legal bout in the guardhouse, we'll head into the general store. The Hylian shield catches our eye, as it'll be a nice upgrade from our wooden one. 80 rupees is a steep price, and it'll clear us out of most of our money, but it'll most likely be worth it in the end. The shield is too heavy for us to use like the wooden one, so the only thing we can do to defend ourselves is duck for cover, making the shield cover us. Eventually, we'll make our way to the path that leads to the castle, and we see Malon standing near the gate. We'll talk to her, and she fears that her father has probably fallen asleep while delivering milk to the castle. She asks us to find her dad for her. He's apparently a heavy sleeper, so she gives us an item to help him wake up, but the item is an egg. Anyway, we'll head over to the guard to see if he's going to let us through the gate. Unfortunately for us, that'd be too easy, so we'll have to find another way to get around him. Near Malon is a place where we can climb up the hill and run over the gate so we can get past the guard. The way towards the castle is not an easy one. If the guards catch us, they'll immediately throw us outside of the gate again, so our only way is to stay off the path and try to
Alright.
avoid the guards that are patrolling it. Eventually,
There we
make it
go.
near the castle by swimming through the moat, and lo and behold, we find Talon, Malon's dad, sleeping
Tawa.
behind the castle near a stack of milk boxes. We talk to him, hit him with our sword, but there's nothing that will make this man wake up. By the time that we're about to give up, morning arises and the egg suddenly hatches into a chicken. We'll use the chicken to wake up Talon, and this leads him to realize that he's left Malon in town for a long time. He'll run off in a blind panic to reunite with her, and this leaves us on our own with the milk boxes. We'll shove the milk boxes into the moat, which will give us a platform to stand on. This will allow us to jump to the other side of the
Level
castle wall
up.
and climb through the drain canal. This brings us
Level
to
up
the
sound and
once again, we're going to have
animation.
to dodge the guards as we move from one section to another. Just like on the way to the castle, if they catch us, they'll once again kick us out.
Stat
Eventually, we make it to the other side of the
allocations.
courtyard and to a
That
large
GUI
circular
or static,
There's another
depending.
person standing near one of the windows. We'll move towards them, and they'll turn around, shocked to see that there is another
Probably the
person
GUI
along
would be the
with
best
them.
way to do it.
She'll ask us who we are, and note that we're wearing green clothes and are accompanied by a fairy. The girl will ask us if we have the spiritual stone from the forest. When we tell her we do, she'll explain to us that she had a dream about dark clouds over Hyrule. Suddenly, a ray of light shot out from Kokiri Forest in her dream, which changed into a boy in green clothes holding the spiritual stone we just showed her. The figure was us. She'll finally properly introduce herself and this is Princess Zelda, member of the royal family of Hyrule.
MS.
Eventually, Zelda will tell us the secret of the royal family. It turns out that after the three goddesses that the Deku Tree told us about left the realm, the Triforce that was left behind had the power to grant a wish. If a person with a pure heart were to make a wish, Hyrule would
Whew.
be prosperity.
So we can
However,
pause.
if the person making the wish were
Enemies.
evil, darkness would cover the land. Therefore, the Triforce was to be protected. In order to do so, a group of sages decided to build the Temple of Time to keep the Triforce out of evil hands. Zelda explains to us that to open the door inside the
Pausing
temple, we'll
games.
need to collect
Get tree
all
dot
5
paused
spiritual
equals true.
stones alongside
Pause
the
game.
Ocarina of Time.
Okay, to pause the game, the pause state must be set. This can be done by assigning true to scenetree.pause property. Okay, get tree.paused equals true. Doing this will cause two things. First, 2D and 3D physics will be stopped for all nodes. Second, the behavior of certain nodes will stop or start depending on their process mode. Inherit. Okay. Inherit. Process depending on the state of the parent, grandparent. Pausable. When paused, always. Pause menu example. Start by creating a pause button that will be used to pause the game. Unpause, button pressed. Get tree paused equals true. Show. Unclose button pressed. Hide. Get tree.pause equals false. You should now have a working pause menu. Huh. Get tree.paused. Interesting. Get tree.paused. You can also alter the property with code. Okay. Process mode pausable. All right, let's start with this. Player. I think there should be a... Hold on. What do I do in the global for? Let's go back here. Go here. Global GD. Main scene GD. Scene transition. Funk. Process. Yeah. If input that key is key. No, that's just pressed. Is action just pressed? Action is pause. Is action just press pause? Then we'll do get tree that paused. And then that equals true, I guess. Get tree that paused. This should just flip it. Right? Sure. All right. Because this guy's just living in the game, I think. Okay, let's give this pause. Pause. Input map. Filter by name. Add a new action. Pause. Okay, and this will be keyboard keys. Escape. Okay. Close. Done. Oh, and it's stuck. Where's my main scene? Game management, main scene.
After her story, Zelda urges us to look through the window she was peeking through earlier.
Yes, she
She tells
does.
us that a man resembling the dark clouds of her dream is in the castle. We look, and we're introduced to Ganondorf, a hulking man hailing from the Gerudo people, a group that lives in Hyrule's desert.
Mm-hmm.
Ganondorf looks
Process
to
mode.
to hide from his sight.
Always.
Zelda assures us it's no big deal, as the Gerudo has no idea what we're planning just yet. The princess then gives us our assignment.
Ah, there we go. We got to pause.
All 3 spiritual stones and bring them to the Temple of Time. Zelda already has possession of the Ocarina of
Nice.
Time, and she'll keep hold of it until we return with all the stones. As a last bit of help, she'll also write us a letter which will prove that we're under assignment from Zelda to collect the spiritual stones. Eventually, it's time to leave. We head back the same way that we came from and meet Zelda's handmaiden, Impa. She introduces herself as the princess's protector and a member of the Sheikah tribe, a group of people whose lineage has a deep history with the
Title.
royal family. She's impressed by the fact that we're going on this grand adventure and helps us by teaching us a song for our ocarina,
Process.
a lullaby that she used to sing to the
Always.
princess from time to time. With this, we've learned Zelda's lullaby, a song which, if used in the correct places, will prove our connection to the royal family. Throughout the game, we're going to be learning a lot of these songs, each of them with their own usage in different situations. Impa guides us out of the castle and drops us off in front of the drawbridge at the entrance to Castle Town. She tells us of our next destination, the town
Okay.
of Kakariko Village. From here, we can make it
Pause.
to the entrance to Death Mountain, where we can find the spiritual stone of fire. Impa disappears, and finally, after our bout at the castle, we have the freedom to explore the world as we see fit. Navi suggests that we go back to Kokiri Forest first and tell Saria about the things we've encountered so far. We'll do that. But before we head back home, let's
Maybe it
check
should just
out
be a
our
thing on the
Malon
player.
ranch and see if Malon and Talon are doing okay.
Yeah, let's add it to the
Luckily for
player
us,
instead.
Malon Ranch is only a short run away from Castletown. We enter the ranch and are treated to a small aerial view of the area before we can explore it on our own. We find Talon in one of the buildings.
Of course it's gonna crash, right?
He got into trouble with Malon for leaving him alone for so
Dun.
long, but it seems like they made up eventually. Talon hosts a minigame. Here, we can win a bottle of milk. It's a great item to have in a pinch when we're low on hearts, so we'll play the game and grab it before we explore further. Alongside Talon, we also find Ingo, Talon's farmhand. Apparently, he's not all too happy with the way that Talon is running the farm due to his laziness, and apparently he would just love to take over the ranch.
Player.
To be fair, this guy kinda gives me the heebie-jeebies. So let's leave him alone for now and continue exploring.
So it should only be attached to the player.
After we check out the ranch further, we find Malon standing in the middle of a field singing. She introduces us to Epona, a young horse who apparently doesn't trust us all that much. In return, Malon teaches us Epona's
Characters.
story. This makes it
Let's
worth
go
the
to
trip.
scenes. This will be a game management
Remember in the
scene.
beginning when I told you that I
Create
liked
new
the small
scene.
touches that the devs put into the
Pause.
game? Well, we actually have a couple more that I can show you along the way. When we look at Talon and Malon's brooches, we'll see that they're modeled after Bowser, the antagonist from the Super Mario series. Also, if we go back to the part where we met Princess Zelda, if we
Pause
look
scene.
through some of the windows in the courtyard, we can see that there's pictures from Mario and Yoshi hung up on the wall. I love these little nods. It makes it so easy for the developers to just put standard resources into the game, but the
Pause.gd.
extra mile to put this in. In any case, now that we've met up with
There we
Malon and
go.
Talon,
Boom.
we'll say our goodbyes and check to see how Saria is doing.
There we
Time
go.
to head back
Let's
to the pits.
slide this guy
Make your way
over.
through the room again
Pause.
until we get to the
.gd.
entrance to
Process. Let's go ahead and paste
Saria
this guy
came
in
back into
there.
the
Maybe
village
delete
of
these two.
Kokiri. Searching around, we find that Saria is not inside of the village right now, but has instead retreated to the Lost Woods in order to be on her own ever since we left.
We should also have like a child of GUI or canvas
It's made up of several
layer.
rooms where we need to head through the pathways
Okay.
in sequence. If we choose the wrong one, it'll warp us back to the beginning of the Lost Woods. So with a little trial and error, we'll find the correct pathway that leads us to where Saria's waiting
Color?
for us. On our
Color
way
rect. There we
meet
go.
Cora again, who tells us of the melody that we can hear as we pass through the Lost Woods. The trick to finding the right path is to listen. If we pick the wrong path, the music will fade out.
Color
If we pick
rect.
the right one,
Let's
the
make
music
this
will
guy
fade out
like a
in intensity.
grayish, I guess.
Eventually,
Light
we
gray.
make it through to a closed gate to an
Darkish
area
gray.
called the Forest
Kind of
Meadow.
transparent.
A Wolverine shows up, and we're thrust into a battle. The Wolverine will guard
There we
against our
go.
strikes, but he'll become vulnerable when he tries to attack us. So we'll use these moments to strike him until he eventually goes down.
Oh, we can't really see it.
This will open the gate that was blocking
Should
the
color a
way.
little bit. There you
We'll
go.
have to maneuver our way through the small maze until we finally reach a long flight of stairs. We'll head
All
up
right,
there
and now
and
that I
finally
can
come
see a
face to face with
little, let's
Saria ever since we
disable.
left the forest. Saria explains to us that we're in the secret forest meadow, her special place that she retreats to talk with the
And
spirits
we'll
of
add an
the forest.
animation player, I
She does
guess.
so by using her ocarina, and she wants to teach us the song she uses to do so. We take her own ocarina
Paused.
and start playing the
Player
song,
GD.
which will teach us Saria's song.
Let's pause this
After
guy.
we're done talking to Saria, it's time that we follow Ilya's suggestions and
Ba-da-da-da-da.
make our way to
Let me
Kakariko.
turn this. This feels super distracting. Get some music. It's also blasting on my eardrum. Thank you. There we go. No more blasting on the eardrum, thank you. Okay. So if the player is to press pause button, right? This can just be added to the player, I think. Player pause scene. Yeah, that could just be added in there. I don't know if that's the best idea, but oh no, it should be attached to a level. Yes. Pause scene. Let's get rid of that. This should be attached to a level. Yes, that makes the most sense. And we'll attach the base level. Base level. Pause. UD, let's make this a class. Maybe it doesn't need a class. This could just be a node 2D for all I care. Pause scene. Alright, there we go. Player position. Boom, 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 boom. Add child. Pause. Yep. That's it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, paused. Na, 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 na. Then process needs to not inherit. Pause scene always. Process is always. Won't pause it. There we go. Sweet. Expand. I don't really know how this works, but let's find out. Okay, nope. There we go. Fill up the screen. Yeah, boy. That's it. Cool. For now, I could just add a child node here. Rich text label. We just say, paused. Yeah? Yeah. That should be it. Whoops. Okay. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Font. Theme overrides. Fonts. Font size. Normal. 100. There we go. Da, 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 da. Canvas layer should have a... What is texture? What? Rich text label. Put that inside there. Can I reset the... position? Yes. Oh, I could just set the layout here. Yeah. Texture act. Maybe slap this guy in the middle. There we go. Okay, cool. Canvas layer. Okay, so I just silenced the canvas layer. Or no? Canvas layer. Let's make an animation. Add child node. Animation player, I guess. Animation will be new. Pause. Let's add a track. This will be for property track, canvas layer. Visible. I mean, oops. I didn't mean to do that. Full visible. It's either yes or no, right? There's no actual animation to be had here. Oops. Then we can go over to the animation player again. Let's do, this is not gonna do what I want it to do, but let's just look anyway. Here we go. This one should be value off. Starting at 0. Just play it. Yeah, that's not at all what I wanted to do. So let's just delete this guy. Get rid of this. How do I trash you? You get trashed. Okay. Garbage. Garbage. Add track, property track, color rect. Add another one, property track for rich text label, I guess. First of all, let's just insert the key here. This guy would be at 0, I think. 0. Visible. Visibility should be... Guy should be nothing. And then insert key. And 1 second's way too long, but we'll do like 0.3. Maybe even 0.2. 0.2. Da, 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 da. 0.2. Okay, let's go back. Stop. Play. Okay, let's add a track. Self-modulate. Texture X, self-modulate. Beautiful. Insert key. This guy's gonna be at 0. Value is gonna be empty. Insert key at point 0.2. There you go. Bum, bum, ba, da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Is it self-modulate or modulate? Man, I don't even know. Damn it. Modulate. Add a track, property track, texture ragged, modulate. Yeah, let's do this again. Key. Okay, time is at 0. We want this to be invisible. Invisible. Insert key. This is going to be 0.2. White. Reset. Pause. Let's make the curve a little bit like that. Let's ease it a little more. Ease it a little harder. Okay, so canvas layer, color act. This guy is just gonna be like, let's make him a gray again. Bum, bum. Ba-da-da-na-na-na. Paused. I'm actually okay with that color for now. The funny thing is, it's okay. Okay, let's add a new one. Duplicate. This is gonna be unpause. Ba-da. 45. Okay, this is going from 45. Oh, I could just change this to 0.2, right? Zero. 0.2. 0. Yeah. Rip. 0.1. 0. 0.2. Da-da. So color rect by default should just be make it transparent. Texture rect by default should be transparent. Oops. Okay, there we go. Why? Why is it showing like that? I guess I don't understand. Pause scene. Just open up the scene. All right, there we go. Texture act. There we go. Now it should be good. You son of a bitch. Pause. Why? Pause scene? Why? Why does it do this? I don't get it. Let's just see. Is it just playing the animation? I think that's what's happening. Pause. Don't autoplay. No? Hmm. Um. All right. Base level, GD. Add child pause. All right, pause GD. Okay, so it'll pause if it detects a pause being pressed. And then I'll need to play the correct animation depending on if it's pausing or unpausing. If let's do get tree dot paused. Say var is paused. Okay, so we're gonna say not is paused. So we'll do the opposite and nesting the if statement. Wonderful. If is paused. Maybe I should just do this. Get the state. So if this is right now, if it's false, is paused is false. We'll do the opposite and call this is pausing, right? Paste. Is pausing. So is pausing if is pause. God damn it. Let's just do. If is pausing, yeah. I think that'll be it. That'll be the guy. If is pausing, then want to play the animation. Animation player dot play. Pause. Else, you do the opposite, right? Unpause. Okay. This should work. There we go. Banana. Get treat up pause is pausing. So let's do this. If it's pausing, we want to stop the thing right away. Else, we want to stop it after the animation's finished, right? I feel like this makes smoother transition. If it's pausing, and then we do await animation dot animation finished, right? There we go. Let's see. Yep, that's it. That's the boy. Let me just throw this into a method func. Say pause, toggle pause, toggle pause, void. Is pausing. It's gonna be a bool. Toggle pause is pausing. Okay, cool. That works. Close the pause scene. Open up the pause scene. Still looks like this. It's Maddie. Whoa. A wild Maddie has appeared. It's crazy. How's your vacation? It's doing good? This son of a bitch, why? It's not good? That's even better. Why is it not good? It's so hot. Wait. You're from India. Why? What do you mean it's hot? It's not that hot in India? It's crazy. Why? Why is it doing this? Yeah, it is funny. Like, why? That doesn't make any sense to me. I think you'd be used to the heat by now. Node. Wait, didn't you say it's like Hungary or something? Wait, I forgot where you said you were going. Oh, it's Turkey, right? Turkey? Turkey, turkey, gobble, gobble, gobble. Turkey, turkey. Is it really that hot? Oh, you're in Dubai. Yeah, never mind. You're just settling on a 42. Just bake. You just turn into a fried egg. Just go lay on a rock. Toggle pause. Oh, oh. Ah. Yeah, Dubai seems like it's way hotter than where you'd be. Delhi's 32, yeah. Dubai is like 42. It's another 10. That's ridiculous. Jesus. That is heat. Input is action press. Pause. Huh? I mean, you could cook outside. I'm just trying to work on my game. That's all I'm doing. I was making it look a little better. Added leveling to it. Destroy some Matty bats. I just added pausing. Yeah. And I got NeoVim working with it. That feels amazing. Monica's always watching. I'm just trying to figure out why this is loading up in a funny way whenever it loads. Like, I should see a white box, but it's not a white box. And it's confusing the shit out of me. Current animation is stop. That's the current animation. Reset, pause. Unpause. Reset. What happened? What are you cocoing for? Yeah, I do. I made this one. I'm gonna be real, the AI ones aren't that good, so they're gonna get replaced eventually. It's just the way of life. They actually feel like way too AI. That does need to be fixed, I think. I have another emote too that I'm waiting on. It's just taking forever to come in. You like the AI version? You would. You like everything AI. Your images AI, your code AI, everything. Your music. You're all about that AI lifestyle. Oh, okay. So the current animation reset? What's reset? Can I delete this one? What the hell? Current animation is paused. There we go. Is that it? Is that the guy? No. God damn it. Oh, I thought your code was AI, is it not? Sorry. Pausing. Oh, reset should just be Inviso. Inviso. Okay. Self-modulate should be 0. Oh, you do? Oh, that's cool. Writing your own code is pretty nice. Pretty nice to do. There we go. There we go. Now it's working.
But you did a good job with emojis.
Did I? Yeah, I mean, I only have a few. You can't even use all of them. You have to be sub to use some of them. I gotta work on more emojis. Let me see. Here they are. Still waiting on this guy. Holy shit, it's taking forever. It's like so AI. You know, the emojis, they need to be a little bit jank to have style, alright? I mean, mine are too jank, but I mean, they'll get better over time, I guess. I have bonus animated emojis? Ooh. Oh, and it's kind of funny that you can't even use any of these. You just can't even use them. I know mine look better. You don't have to tell me. I already know. Doom doom. Let's play this guy. Let's see the texture. Rack rich label. You are going down like half because you're taking way too much of the screen, my guy. Yeah, you do. So yeah, some of them are they're hidden behind the subs. Rich text label. I feel like I'm getting a little better with this. Things are starting to click a little bit more. Layout. Don't clip contents. We want to transform center. Where's the fit content on? Oh, ads. Auto wrap mode. Tab size. Markup. Game at a good time. Set mask. Whatever. Put it in the center. All right. It's a little better. Okay. Banana. Yeah. Ba-ba-da-da-da. Let's try it. I need to do this. Na, 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 na. Art contributions, highest bit donation, first ever subs. East. East is in the house. East. Ooh. East. Is it 4 zeros? Yeah, it is. There we go. Sub number 4. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. And there it is. Just like that. It supports Markdown. That's right. Do that. First, bit supporters. First bit supporters. First ever subs. Put a star here. Go back. Put a star. It's 5. Left blank. Highest bit donation. Boom. Star, star. Star, star. Submit. And there we are. How does that look? And let's go. We have to do this. Nice. And ads are done. Okay. I think we need the stairs to form when the last monster dies. So where can we put it? Base level. Bunk. Physics process. Because I don't mind if this runs a little bit less. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. When a monster dies, maybe you could emit a message, right? And then this thing can listen in on it. Yeah. Base enemy? Die. Enemy player death. Queue free, animation finished. Maybe the level can generate the monsters then? Var monsters is gonna be array, I guess, of base enemy. God damn it, stop. Where's the button? There it is. I don't use braces very often. Okay, and then we'll load up some monsters, right? So let's do monster's gonna be an array of base enemy on ready. I could probably specify the number of monsters I want to have on a floor. I'll just leave it at 5. Screw it. Boom, 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 boom. Func physics process. I don't need to do physics process then. Or do I? For now, I'll just do a pass. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, so kill all monsters on floor for staircase to spawn. There are X number of monsters predefined for floor depending on level. Or maybe I have variations. Variations of the monster spawning. Let's keep it simple. Kill all monsters for the staircase to spawn. So let me try doing that first. So let's say on ready, we just want 5 monsters, right? Some monsters. What's the monster pool? Global, GD. Bar monster roster. I just make an object actually. And this would be like a string with something else. This actually work with Godot, no problems. Boom, 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 boom. Is it happy now? It's not happy. No, it's not happy. Oh, whoops, forgot the equals. Key was already used. Okay, nice. Through the monster roster. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Um. I'll predefine a few. So let's say we want to have enemy bat. Right? And then we'll have like a difficulty associated with it, maybe. Yeah. Maybe not. Let's just leave it at this. What do I need a dictionary for? Let's make an array. Okay. And we'll do one more. Right. Okay. So monster roster, global.monster roster. Dun, 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 dun. This could just be a array of string. Okay. Very good. So now we can go back to this guy. And now we could just choose random points on the map to spawn. So a spawn would require spawn area, maybe? They would need like a 32 by 32 space attributed towards them. I would need to know where the spawn area is, so they don't like spawn in walls or anything. The Godot monster spawn area. Okay. Random spawning. Bum, 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 bum. And I can obviously just put coordinates into it. But I'm wondering if there's like anything built in that makes it slightly easier. Bum, 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 bum. Randomize Randy. Which return a random float between two values. I essentially want to make like quadrants, I guess, where an enemy can spawn. Random spawning system. Unlevel load. There are possible ways. If you don't have too many random points, a simple but inefficient method is to remember each point you drop and then run a distance check between each candidate. You could drive the placement via artificial grid. Essentially pick an unused cell that is guaranteed to be far enough from the other points, then randomly pick a location inside that cell for your point. Okay. Poisson disk sampling algorithm is an accepted, efficient method of accomplishing the specific task, though it's not trivial to implement just from scratch. Luckily, there is an implementation Go asset library. Just search for a function name. Okay. Array of allowed points. Yeah. Boom, boom. Array, Poisson radius, retries. Okay, so I guess I could just like paint spawn locations on the map. Window, paint, spawn, location, level load. Yeah.
Update scene, right? So just a little sound and oops.
G'day guys and welcome. That change of scene. That is that bit done. That's our cave script shouldn't need any changes at all. And that's our world scene done. Alright, so we've saved our global script that we made, we've saved our world script that we edited. Our cave script shouldn't need any changes at all. What I want to do now, just so we can actually make sure this works, let's go to our 2D view of our world, drag our player over there somewhere, because remember the way we got that set up is we're trying to test to make sure it comes out where it went in, so we just need our player to be in a slightly different location now. Save that, let's run it. So we start over there now, we can go into our cave and we come out, hopefully come out directly below the cave. And we do, so that's it, that is it, that is all you had to do to make that different. The reason we didn't do that during the actual lessons is just I didn't want to introduce a global script at that point, or that is vector 2. So this 0 and 5, that's just having a 5 of offset on the y-axis when we re-emerge. Okay, now that's saved, so we've got our global screen.
Autoload scripts load. I don't use main loops anymore, though it's typically how game programming is taught. My games are all individual objects with their own behavior, like autonomous agents. This makes the game more dynamic and also allows for easier AI and physics code, since nothing really depends on each other. There's just a world, and things inhibit the world doing their own thing, like real life. But the main loop method has some performance benefits that can make certain stuff easier. Having AI code in the mob wouldn't things differently. Basically, I have AI loops for each mob type in a. Okay, I've been struggling with this concept since day one. Can I just make like a grid or something? Grid map? No. That's a 3D thing. Okay. No, rep, we're not doing that. Banana. 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 No, no, no. Okay. Banana. So player enters the dungeon here. Okay. Marker map. BG floor walls. Lead all the monsters. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, this will be the last thing I need to get done today. We can do this. Let's get the staircase spawning. For global dot monster roster dot pick random. So var to take equals 5. While to take is less than greater than 1 or greater than 0. Do this. And monsters that append. Global.monster roster. Okay. Actually, whoops. Do DIB. Bar monster equals boom. Monsters that append. Monster. And then we can go ahead. Monsters that append monster. And then we want to set the location, right? Do, 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 do. Let's go to the floor. Maybe we can crack the floor a little. Godot, monster, spawn points, grid. Predominantly empty. This blah blah. Na, 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 na. Okay, could just make a grid. Add child. Grid. Hmm. I'm just gonna make a node, man. Let's do that. Create new scene, spawn, area. Godot 2D grid.
Alright everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how first we let's and now I have this example tile map or tile font. We can look like by tiles and I have my mouse on 0. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is
Screw it, I'm
we're
gonna have to continue this later. I gotta take a dump.
have a few